Hey y'all, it's Jen and welcome to my channel, Ifers Inklings. Today we have my January wrap up and this won't take long because I didn't read too much. I only read 3 books and what can I say, it was a slow reading month for me. Hopefully February will be better, but let's get into the intro before we get into these books. Okay guys, let's talk about the 3 books that I did read, and then I will talk about the books that I've kind of started but haven't finished yet. So, first of all, I read, it was a Kindle book. I actually ended up doing it on audio because it's already come out, but it was a NetGalley book that I was sent by the publisher, and that is Jodi Picoult's I Wish You Were Here. I gave that 5 stars, y'all. It was so good. The writing was immaculate. The storytelling was just superb. And there was a little twist in it that I didn't see coming at all. So this book starts out in March of 2020. So we're right at the beginning of the pandemic. It starts in New York City. And one of the main characters is a doctor, a surgeon, I think, in one of the New York City hospitals. The other character, main character, is an not art dealer, but not conservator, but she buys art to sell. And one of the main art people who she's trying to buy from is the modern day or the renamed version of John Lennon and Yoko Ono, which I thought that was interesting because you knew immediately what characters they were talking, or what people they were talking about in these characters that have completely different names. The part of this takes place on the Galapagos Islands and part of it takes place in New York City, and it is just so well told, and just the scenery, especially in the Galapagos, that was my favorite part. I could read an entire book just about that part of the book of, you know, Wish You Were Here, because it was fabulous. And I'm kind of very interested in the Galapagos Islands anyway. I'm very curious about it. I want to go there. It's on my bucket list. But you know, and listening to this story made it even more real to me and made me want to go even more. So that's that book. I could go on and on and on about that one. So definitely pick it up if you haven't. And let's move on to the next book. So the next one I finished was The Collectors. This is the book 2. It's by Jacqueline West, and it's the second book. This is, I guess, a duology. It's called, this one is Storm of Wishes, and it's middle grade, and I loved it so much. Jillian and I read the first one, or listened to the first one on audiobook together, and for Christmas she got the actual 2 physical books, and we both love this series so much. Our main character is hard of hearing. He does wear hearing aids, and this is kind of like a light fantasy because there's mythical creatures in it, there's some magic, and the main part of the first book, the premises is there are people who collect wishes, and then there are wish eaters, and the collectors are collecting the wishes so that the wish eaters don't get them, because the wish eaters will grant the wishes, but not all wishes need to be granted, and some of them can go horribly, horribly wrong. And it was just a fabulous book, and there's really a lot of lessons in this. It's definitely a found family kind of book or series, and I think that's all I'm going to say about it. If you've got a middle grader, or if you enjoy middle grade books, definitely pick this series up because it is phenomenal. I don't think I said this, but I did give this one 5 stars. The final book that I actually read this month was 500 Miles From You by Jenny Colgan. I did end up picking this up on audio as well because this is a lot of pages. It's over 400 pages, and I just read terribly slow, physical books slow. So I gave this one 3 stars. It's a cute story. It does have some representation of PTSD in it. And the premises behind this, apparently it's a third book in the series. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way. I didn't need any of the backstory because, you know, of the first 2 books, because this one is kind of a story in itself. So I think maybe the rest of these are kind of companion novels. I'm not sure. But this one features a nurse in London, and a female nurse in London and a male nurse in Scotland, and they end up trading places because both of them are kind of going through some stuff and need kind of a change of scenery, and they correspond through emails and text messages about their cases, because one is taking over cases of the other one. And so it's dual perspective, and it's cute, but it's not spectacular. You know, you kind of know where this is going to end up. You know, it's predictable, but the story itself was cute, and I did enjoy it. It just wasn't fabulous. So that's that. So those are the 3 books I ended up reading. Overall, it was a fine reading month. My average of it was a 4.3 rating system. I read 1,010 pages, and it was 28 hours and 57 minutes of audio, which averages out to 337 pages between the 2 books, and 9 hours and 52 minutes for the audio versions. So let's talk about the books that I've started but haven't finished. So it's a NetGalley audiobook on Christmas Avenue. Let's see, I'll tell you how far into it I am. I'm 45% into it. I still have 4 hours left. I've been listening to this one forever. It's a Hallmark movie in book form. Let's just say that, because that is exactly what it is. So you kind of know how things are going to go. But the premises of it is that this small town in, I don't even remember what state it's supposed to be set in, but this small town is in financial dire, and so they hire a consultant to come in and help them raise money. So she proposes a Christmas parade fundraiser. Well, the sheriff, who is also the mayor's son, is dead set against this, and he's the one that has to work with her to organize everything. And it is that, not really a hate to love, not really an enemies to lovers, but there's definitely some tension there. And so we're getting that because he is like, you don't understand, all of your plans are fabulous, but we don't have the money for it. You know, I don't have the manpower for all of these things you want to do with our police department. We don't have any place for these people to sleep. It's going to cause major traffic, on and on and on. And so it's cute. It's your Hallmark, basic Hallmark movie in book form, and that's all I'm going to say about that. The next one that I started but didn't finish was on my Kindle. It's When You Get the Chance, and I believe that one is by Emma Lord. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. So When You Get the Chance by Emma Lord, and I am 7%. 7%. I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. It's very, I don't know, very, I don't know what the words I'm looking for, but I've read better Emma Lord books, so we'll just leave it at that. And then the other one that I started was The Color Purple by Alice Walker. I just picked this up the other day, and I am absolutely in love with the writing so far and the story. I'm on page 19, and I do plan on reading some of this more today. The premises of this is that there is 2 sisters. One moves, I think she moves to the US, and the other one stays in, where is she at? Africa. One a missionary in Africa, the other a child wife living in the South. So the very first page of this is just, you just jump right into the horrible stuff that's coming. I mean, there is no sugarcoating it. Page 1 and you're right in the thick of things. So if you are sensitive to some things and you need some content warning, definitely look that up, because I was not expecting that on page 1. We'll just leave it at that. But I am absolutely loving this book so far, even though I'm only on page 18. I cannot wait to get back into this. I've been thinking about it every day since I picked it up. So that's all the books that I've even touched in January. I had a good reading month, like I said. I've started some fairly okay or good books, and that's about it. I don't know what else to say here. My NetGalley percentage was 52% at the beginning of January, and I will talk about my percentage at the end of February. So for that started in my February wrap up, I'll tell you what my percentage was at the beginning of February. So with that said, I guess we're going to end this video here. Leave me a comment down below, especially if you've gotten this far into the video. Leave something in a purple, some kind of purple emoji, purple heart, purple, whatever you can find that's purple. And let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these books and what your thoughts on them are. And tell me which ones you liked or didn't like. Let me know if you're going to pick up these books that I have talked about, especially the collector series or duology and Wish You Were Here. Those were definitely my favorites. Wish You Were Here was my top favorite book of the month. And with that said, I'm going to leave you here. What you're going to see on the screen right now is going to be my past wrap-ups, so you can see what other books I've read and enjoyed. And also, you will see just some other random video that YouTube thinks you might like of mine. So stick around, check those videos out, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoy my content. I'll talk to you next time.